My next guest for the show tonight, Dave Cox, the founder of Guitars for Veterans Australia. I had the good fortune of being introduced to Dave a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, what a great time to play the interview on Remembrance Day, 11th of November. And along with this, all the initiative, you'll hear him tell you about this, but there's proceeds towards veterans who've come back with suffering all sorts of problems with PTSD, and he describes those symptoms very well for you in just a moment. And there's a great album being released called Second Tour, which you'll hear some tracks of throughout the interview, and all proceeds will go toward that great initiative. But let Dave introduce it as we get into the interview.
Hi there, this is Dave Cox from Guitars for Veterans Australia. You're listening to the Rhythm section on South Coast FM.
Well, thanks for joining me, Dave. You've got a fantastic initiative, Guitars for Veterans. Now, my reading tells me it's been going since about 2017.
Oh, well, I guess the background is I'm actually a former soldier, so I served in the Army, and I pursued a career in business leaving the Army, but I've always been a songwriter and a guitarist, and I've enjoyed that myself as a passion. And I always carried a guitar. So when I was travelling in the US in 2017, I used to tack on a songwriting course with anybody that was doing something. I'd sort of tack on a few days and try and pick up a few tips and do that. And then through that, I actually met Guitars for Veterans USA, the guy that established it back in 2007. And his name was Patrick Nettersheim. And he told me about the program, and he said, look, what we're doing is we're giving a guitar and we're providing 10 lessons to help veterans with their PTSD. And for me, it was like a light bulb moment. I just thought, look, this has to happen in Australia. We have the same issues with our veterans as far as, PTSD and stress-related injuries. So I just came straight back to Australia and I registered Guitars for Veterans Australia, and then just started the program. One guitar, one veteran, and we just moved forward from there.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, is it a condition that creeps up on you? And then what is, maybe bring it to life with an example?
Yeah, well, I think PTSD manifests itself really in sort of hypervigilance. You're very, very alert. And I try and sort of, when I'm talking to people, I try to say, look, imagine this, you woke up in the morning and actually you didn't really wake up. You've been awake all night, with dreams. You've broken sleep. You wanted to get out of bed, but you really didn't have the motivation. You're going somewhere. You really didn't want to meet new people. You wanted to stay to yourself. You went to a coffee shop, but you sat with your back to the wall looking at the door because you're always on edge. This is the sort of condition that sort of overwhelms the mind in people who suffer severe PTSD, and it's like an entrapment. So it's very hard to break out of that, and music therapy is one that can help.
When the war is over, got to get away. You're listening to South Coast FM.
Yeah, it's wonderful, the impact of music therapy, and not just on PTSD, but you see it in aged care and people with other conditions.
Well, what we do is we provide the guitar to them, and then we either do a one-on-one lesson with a guitar teacher. So we try to give them formal lessons, not just a bloke down the road. We try to give them some formality. And then we also have Zoom team lessons, and we can bring veterans together. We can have a veteran in Darwin and one in Alice Springs and one in Mallacoota, and they all come together as a virtual team, and the instructor takes them through their course. So they not only learn the guitar, but they actually open up their communications with other people learning the guitar. So that's therapy in itself.
That sense of community, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because a lot of veterans struggle just with, once they've served, and particularly in a combat situation, PTSD and stress-related injuries is definitely there. And they withdraw and they become hypervigilant, and there's a whole bunch of issues associated with that, and communicating with other people becomes difficult. But music has this way, as we just spoke, it's a beautiful way to open up your brain, your thoughts, your emotions. And when you play the guitar, if you play guitar, you get this sort of this connection between your body, the thoughts, and the music, and it all comes together in a beautiful sort of output. And for some veterans, it's the first time their mind's been cleared in such a positive way. So that's the power of music. It does it for so many people, but particularly in this situation.
The sorts of impacts, I mean, I think there's about 300 to 500 vets you've actually given them a guitar and have been involved?
Yeah, we're just coming up for 500 vets across the country, and they're all ages, from 25 to 85, and all services, Army, Navy, Air Force, and males, females, doesn't matter who it is, if they've served, we'll take them on, and we'll get them going and try to share the joy of music. So, but we don't want to stop there. We have a thing called Coffee and Chords. So after they've finished their lessons, we'll try and get an RSL or someone local that wants to stimulate this activity, and we'll sponsor that. So, there's a gathering of vets, guitars, some coffee, and then they can sit around the back room of a room there and learn and jam a few songs. So for some, it's a really great outlet and something to do in a positive way, rather than sitting in a pub or going to the pokies.
2 days past 18, he was waiting for the boss in his army green. Sat down in the booth in the cafe there, gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. He's a little shy, so she gave him a smile, and he said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me, feeling a little low? She said, I'm off in an hour and I know where we can go.
Yeah, that's Miss Rosie and Aaron Schembri with Travelin' Soldier, the Dixie Chicks track that they recorded off the album's second tour, as you heard. And before that, When the War Is Over, Lee Bradshaw produced the album featuring Brett Garsed on that incredible solo. That album, you're going to hear Dave talk about it in just a moment. We are talking to Dave Cox about guitars for veterans. You are on the rhythm section.
The fun thing is you've mobilised some amazing musicians, and there's a really interesting project. You've got, I think it's the second album, and it's going to be called Second Tour, which is on release right now, and funds raised go back to the program, I understand.
That's correct. This is our second album, and this one's very exciting. The first one was fantastic. We tried it and we got it out there, and we had a lot of original music. It's by some veterans and some artists such as Marty Rowan and Normie Rowe. But the second album is really exciting because we managed to ask Russell Morris to come on board, and he sang that fantastic song Hey Brother, which was the Wolfe Brothers song. He's really given it a whole new lease of life, and it sounds fantastic. And also we've got Brett Garsed, who's a lead guitarist for the John Farnham Band. He's got a beautiful song. There's a whole range of artists in there, and Normie Rowe's come with another song for us, which is What Have You Done for Australia? So what we've done is we've tried to pull this album together in a sort of a holistic way, so it's got the same backline of musicians and artists and drummers and guitarists providing the music to it. And then we overlaid that with Australian artists and some veterans with their original music, as well as some well-known. So it's just a compilation album, and every album we sell essentially just funds a lesson for us.
What an incentive to buy, and the music is terrific. So if people want to get involved with helping you with this terrific program, Guitars for Veterans Australia, all they've got to do is reach out to you, the veterans that is. But for those who want to get involved, they could buy a record, Second Tour, and that's available on Bandcamp, as I understand.
They can buy it on Bandcamp directly. We have hard copy CDs just now available, so they can actually go onto our website and order those through the shop. And that's about, so every CD funds a lesson, and they can also, on our website, there's our banking details if they want to make a donation. We are a CNC charity, so it's tax deductible, and any help like that really helps us sort of drive the thing forward.
That's wonderful, Dave. Well, very best of luck with that. That's a terrific program, great initiative. 7 years in, looks like it's got a head of steam up. If you can muster the talent you have with this particular record, I reckon there's a 3 and a 4 and a 5 coming your way. On behalf of the Rhythm Section, South Coast FM, all of Gippsland, I know there's vets and RSLs down this way. No doubt they'll get involved and get right behind the project.
Oh, thanks very much, Graeme, and thanks to South Coast FM and yourself. Please jump onto the album and support a veteran. And we run with the tagline that Hans Christian Andersen said was, "Where words fail, music speaks."
Hey brother, I know it ain't right. this is Russell Morris, and I tell you what, you're listening to the Mighty Rhythm section with Chippy. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, thanks, Russell. And that was him indeed with Hey Brother off the second tour album. And what better way to show our gratitude and support for those who serve than to buy a copy of that? You can get it off Bandcamp. Guitars for Veterans is the initiative, and that was Dave Cox. I hope you enjoyed that. We heard Miss Rosie C and Aaron Schembri before that with Travelin' Soldier, and of course When the War Is Over, as I mentioned, Lee Bradshaw produced the album, singing with Brett Garsed ripping up the guitar in the background.